Oh, hey everybody, we're going to take a quick run through the news. Sorry about this camera angle. This is about as good as it's going to get. Um, I'm going to run through the news with you. We're going to skip over most of the politics because there's not much to talk about. It looks like it's going to be Biden now. I don't see any other way that it can't be Biden unless he just goes into dementia, which I guess is possible, but he'll probably still pull it off. Even with dementia, he probably has it. Okay, it says Bloomberg spends 500 million, wins American Samoa. His campaign is to make a reassessment. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's I don't know. Bernie had his ass handed to him. What really did it for me is that it kind of doesn't matter because even he didn't win Texas, which was surprising to me. I thought he would, but he won California, but he didn't win it by huge margins. But number two, the real problem was that he didn't win Texas, which means that he's going to get the solar power crowd, and the solar power crowd is not going to carry you into the elections. I say that as a person who does solar power, but it's not going to carry you into the elections. So even if he had won Texas and he had won California rather handily, and he would have jumped out to that 400 delegate count lead, I still don't think he could have managed to pull it off, because even in states like Minnesota, which is pretty odd in their voting, Biden still won. So I don't see any more states going at all, even to Bernie Sanders. And I could even see Bernie Sanders resigning from the election within the next maybe 30 days. I could see him resigning out of the election because I think it's going to start getting very grim for him very shortly. So we'll see what happens, all right? And if somebody drops from the campaign, like Pocahontas there or whatever, that might make some difference, but I don't know. I really don't know. So anyways, let's keep going with the news. Let's see if I see anything else. It says that an Amazon employee tested positive for this virus. It says that Seattle is a ghost town. It's troubling for the stock market because without having to do reverse mind fuckage on people, in hyperbole, you simply are not going to be able to have a functioning stock market with people not checking into hotels, airplanes not traveling back and forth across the seas, airplanes not taking people back and forth to Vegas, things like this. And this is what's happening. People are starting to stay home a lot more. So it's not going to kill every stock on Wall Street, but the tech stocks and the Dows could be maybe a little bit more resistant to this. I don't know. But I still don't see that. It's going to be very troubling for the stock market. It's a very, very bad thing. Wouldn't surprise me a bit if this keeps up for the Dow to take a major tank. Also the NASDAQ as well. And it says here, there's Fauci is saying there's a pandemic warning. What happens in Vegas if no one stays in Vegas? That's a very good question. People are going to start looking at the online gambling. To gamblers, it doesn't make any difference. Just as long as they feed them their self-absorbing nonsense that they need to feel like somebody's catering to them, addicted gamblers will continue to gamble, whether it's for toothpicks or whatever. Really, as you get to understand the addicted gambler mind, you will understand that money has very little to do with it. It's not really for money. It's for attention. It's for appeasement. And I say that as somebody who knew somebody that was a really serious gambler who wound up almost being killed by his handlers there, who used to set him up and give him lots of credit lines to go in and gamble, and then he wound up getting into very bad things in order to try to to pay off the people that he had borrowed money from, and wound up putting him in jail. So it really, honestly speaking, it has very little to do with money, and it has more to, money is a byproduct of it. But if they were to come over and give the illusion of money and come over and light a cigarette for you and give you a quality cigarette or a quality cigar every once in a while, and then talk to you with respect, that would be good enough for most addicted gamblers. I know that doesn't make any sense, but it's true. They are. It's a very odd mindset with addicted gamblers. Not all, some. Okay, it says New York synagogue congregants are required to self-quarantine, nursing home residents held hostage in rooms. Yeah, because it's starting to spread in some of these nursing homes. It's a problem. So they don't have test kits, and if you're showing the symptoms of it, they won't test you. They'll just isolate you. That's what's happening now. The 10-year Treasury has fell as low as 0.9. In other words, 0.9%. It came back up a little bit. It's at 1.1% now for the 10-year bond. Can you believe that? 1%, 1%, and that'll probably go down again today on the market. The patients are telling what it's like to get this disease, what it feels like. Probably not good. Even Kramer is saying now that he's nervous. This financial stock guy, booyah, that idiot. NBA games may ban fans. Who cares? Well, actually, we do care because that takes in a lot of money. You know, those stadiums take in a lot of money. That may start seeing a little drop too. This could have very far-reaching effects. We'll have to see. It doesn't look like there's much of anything else. Let's see. Trump's approval rate is at 41%. Virus fears damping sentiment about economy. Well, like I said, it would have helped Bernie Sanders if it would have been a severe enough stock market ass kicking, but it isn't. We would have needed people to be jumping off the top of buildings with great regularity. Then Bernie Sanders would have been shining in the spotlight, but it's not happened, at least not yet. Barbra Streisand says that every morning she wakes up holding her breath before she turns on her phone to see the news. She's so worried about it. For growing numbers of struggling cities, downturn has arrived. Yes, this is going to be a real shock to companies and to businesses because it's people aren't going to be really congregating like they were 6 months ago or a year ago. It's going to be very troubling indeed. Those tornadoes were really bad in Tennessee and Nashville. Killed 25 people. It shredded a lot of stuff. You got to feel for them. They're flying drones over them, and you can see it. Chris Matthews is done. That's the guy from CNN who said he got his leg all a quiver when Obama was giving his speech when he got elected. The Greek army and police dig in along Turkish borders after migrant clashes. Of course, because you see, the Greek army and the police need to start shooting the people in Greece that are trying to keep those poor people out. They need to take in those poor Seljuk Turks of old and just bring in and make Greece a Persian state. You understand? All right, and that's it. We'll take a little quick run here over. I'll tell you what, we'll do Bitcoin. Let's see what Bitcoin is running at right now. It's at 87.54. It's been pretty stable along that line for a few days now. It's been pretty stable. for around 4 or 5 days. And the gold and silver haven't opened yet, so gold had a huge move yesterday. It went up 50 points, $50. And silver went up like 40 cents or 39 cents or something like that. It kind of recovered a little bit. But we'll see. I don't trust it because I don't see how the metals are going to surge with oil at whatever it is, $38 a barrel or whatever it is. I just don't see how it's going to do it. Typically, silver doesn't do that, and typically gold suffers until oil really starts to sky. All right, that's going to be about it, folks. I wish there was something else that I could read you, but that's about it. Take care. We love you. Thanks for stopping in. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.